afternoon, parents. Next week we will be starting addition subtraction, but our focus will be on addition and the strategy we can use to solve the problems, especially with the word problems. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started. Our I can statement is I can solve 1 to 2 step problems within 1,000 using strategies. Some of the vocabulary that we use are add-in, whole, part, and total, and I'll describe that more as we get into it. So for instance, the kids may have to look at answer choices and look at which breakaway method is correct or incorrect. So if we have a problem that says 415 plus 185, the breakaway method is simply the expanded form 400 plus 10 plus 5, 100 plus 80 plus 5. So they just simply break the number down and add it back together. So then we have 500 plus 90 plus 10. So what's 90 plus 10? 100. And what's 500 plus 100? It is 600. And that is a simple breakaway. The strip diagram is where the kids see a part, and then the whole. So they may see 415 and 85. So they know that this is a part, this is another part, or the other word we use interchangeably for part is add-in, or I may say what is the add-in plus the add-in, it makes the whole. So they know that this means that they're adding two numbers together to find the total, which will be in question mark. I forgot to add the words equation or number sentence. That is another term that they will hear often. What is the number sentence? A number sentence or equation is simply saying 415 plus 85 equals 600. Give me the number sentence, give me the equation. One of the other strategies we teach them is standard algorithm. This is the old school way of teaching, and it's simply adding the old-fashioned way. You start with the ones place when you're adding. 5 plus 5 is 10. Can we have two digits in one place? No, that's why we have to regroup, and we use the term regroup. So we carry over the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So the total is 600. One of the last strategies I'm going to show you is a number line. Now, I always tell my kids number lines don't have to start at 0. They can start wherever. However, I do teach them how to add, and that they have to read a number line depending on how the answer choices is. The number line may be counted in tens, fives. It could be counted in quarters like 25, 50, 75, 100. But usually the number line is going to count in something like twos or fives, tens, or in quarters. So if on a number line we have 415 plus 185, you can say 415. How can we show 185? Well, first let's add 100. We can get that out the way. So plus 100. That is already 515. So now we got to add 85 more. What can you do? Because I tell you want to count by fives, you want to count by tens. That's where that number sense of understanding 10 more, 10 lesses came in from kinder first and second. So if you add 10 more, you got 515, that's 525. So essentially they keep going. So that's plus 10, plus 20, plus 30 more, plus 40 more, plus 50 more, plus 60 more, plus 70 more, plus 80 more, then plus 5 more. So that's a 525, 535, 545, 555, 565, 575, 585, 595, and then they will get to 600. So we teach them, okay, that's how up is plus 80, then you have plus 5 more. And that is essentially some of the basic strategies that we teach them. So before I leave you all, I'm trying to stay under 5 minutes. I just wanted to show you an example of a couple of the word problems that the kids will encounter. So one example that I'm going to show you that's new to them in 3rd grade is called a griddable. That means they don't have answer choices, they simply have to solve. So whenever I'm teaching my kids how to solve word problems, I said never, I'm going to just show you this. I always tell them never look at the answer choice, just solve the problem first, because if you solve it, you can go find the answer immediately. So here's one example. Jared had $295. He spent $37 on the video game and $182 on the skateboard. How much money does he have left? Now this is a 2-step problem. So I tell my kids how to go step by step. How much did he start off with? He had the total of $295. So we know that was his total. He spent $37. So what does spent mean? Spent means that we are subtracting because you're giving it away. So I tell them we can take $295 minus 100. We tell them 295, and you have to walk your kids through it. Minus 37. You get that answer, take that answer, and then you will subtract it from 182. Some of our kids who are a little more advanced, or some of them will even combine these two numbers and then subtract it. Either way is fine. Now, we won't get to this right away next week with the two-step problems. However, I just did want to show you. And before I go, I'm already at 5 minutes. Before I go, I want to just show you another example of some other type of word problem. See, here we go with the base 10 model. Here, they're asking them, did they solve the problem correctly? And so that is also another strategy I forgot to put on there, but they just have the base 10 blocks where they just draw 415, and then they have 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they just combine it together and count all the base 10 blocks. Thank you for your time.